Hey guys, it's Jim again. Figured it was time to do another shave. It's Saturday. Right now the Seattle Shave Con is kicking off, so if you're there, you're lucky. If you're like me and you're not, well, I hope you guys have fun. I was trying to think of what soap to use tonight, or this afternoon I should say, and I was looking through my videos on YouTube and I realized, to my surprise, I hadn't done a Mason Boutique soap yet. Now I have a few of these, and this one smells great. There's some hints of stuff in it. The combination, I think, let me remember, there's supposed to be vetiver, some florals, some patchouli, some rosewood, some lemon, some, what was it, sandalwood, a little bit of sandalwood, like some kind of herb. It's got some musk in there. Was it rosemary? I think it was rosemary. Yeah, I think it was rosemary. But it's just a great smelling soap. A lot of her soaps I liken to some of Chris Cullen's stuff, some of the Katie's Bubble stuff. That just smells like good soap. You know, it's got a good scent profile. Everything seems pretty even. Like somebody that knew what they were doing came up with this soap. And it's not kind of one of those one-hit wonders where it just smells like this or just smells like that. It's a nice blend of ingredients. Yeah, I can definitely smell the combination of the vetiver and the patchouli and the sandalwood are just nice. Now, I already shaved my throat, and those of you that know that my throat is very sensitive. So I went with that first to cut down on time, but I am going to relather this and do my head shave. As you can see, I'm overdue for a head shave. But I shaved my face, and I did something that I haven't done in a while. I got another alum block, because when I first started out shaving, I tried the alum block, and I hated it. But I rack it up to technique. So I pushed it. I went about as close to a BBS as I could imagine on this sensitive throat, and then did some alum on it, and then rinsed it off. Just use cold water, cold washcloth, and I can tell that my technique is improved, because normally my throat would look like somebody just went at it with a wire brush. But it feels good. Feels good. I haven't applied any aftershave or anything like that yet. I'll do that after I'm done. Another thing, I got that alum block, and after you see this, you'll guess where I got the alum block from. This is the new Maggard 26mm synthetic plus soft, and it's got this, what they call, I guess it's an acrylic or resin handle. You can see the Maggard symbol on the bottom. Now I have synthetics from most of the, well, a few of them. I've got my Sterling Kong. You can see they're very similar. And I've got my Razor Rock Monster. Again, with the handles almost exactly like the Sterling Kong. Similar pattern, but this has this kind of wood, almost like stone, I guess, pattern to it. Can't really see it all that well, but it's similar. But I like this handle. A little bit longer, got a little bit more texture to it, or as far as the shape goes. I just used it to lather up this Mason Boutique Maya, and it did wonderfully. The Mason Boutique soap is so creamy. It kind of boggles my mind, because I don't really load it for that long. Here, I'll show you. We get some hot water. I've been tinkering with my shaving technique lately, a little bit here and there. I started using, I'll do my pre-wash and everything with hot water to hydrate my hair. my skin, my whiskers, you know. But then during the shave, I use cold water in between passes. But I'm going to load this with hot water. And I didn't bloom this, it's just lathered from before, so I'm going to hit it. Just damp brush, just shaked out the excess water. I like to add water while I'm building my lather in my bowl or on my head. Now this brush is got pretty good backbone. At first glance, when you first handle it, you think maybe the Razor Rock is softer. But then when you get really down to it, it's shedding just a little bit. When you get really down to it, this does have good backbone for a synthetic, but the tips, and I verified it with a woman shaver I know. Emily checked it out, and she said the Razor Rock is softer. Mine's softer. I have the Razor Rock Monster, is softer. And I said, but feel it on your nose. Like, check the tips. And she was like, you're right. It's got good backbone, but the tips, I don't know where they're getting their brushes, but there is, I felt it, and somebody else felt it as well. Loaded good enough that the tips are quite nice, and that coupled with the different handle, I think is going to make for an enjoyable option with my brushes, my brush selection. Normally, up to this point, I would use the Sterling Kong with softer soaps or creams, and I would use the Razor Rock with a little bit firmer soaps if I was going to do something triple milled, or if it was just a little bit firmer, maybe like Soap Commander. I would do that. But looks loaded to me. Let's get it going in the salsa bowl. Oh, this scent once you bloom, or once you start to lather it, is just incredible. Now this will take a good bit of water. These Mason Boutique soaps are not all that temperamental when it comes to water. You know, it'll take a good bit of water. But once you get it built, ooh, and it's already starting to peak up a little bit. I just add a few drips of water out of the faucet. I'm kind of a weirdo when it comes to crossing things over. Like, I don't like to dip my brush all that often. Sometimes I do, but I keep a salsa bowl for rinsing my razor and stuff in the sink. I don't like to fill the sink and have a bunch of whiskers. I rinse my brush a couple times, or I rinse my razor a couple times in here, and then I dump it out and refill it with water. And maybe I'm a bit of a germaphobe, or kind of creeps me out a little bit. I don't know, but that's what I do. This stuff builds a really good lather. Super slick and creamy. Yeah, if you have not tried a Mason Boutique soap, they've got 5 or 6 scents out. I only have 3. I've got, I forget. I've got the Maya, I've got the Isabella, and I've got another one. It's like a deserty spice, something about I don't remember. It's something not off of a regular line. It doesn't have one of the women's names. It's like, but it's just got this exotic, like, incense musk scent to it. It's just really nice. It's one of my favorite soaps, which of course causes me to not use it all that often because I really, really like it. Yeah, look at this. See that sheen on there? It takes the water very well. Good peaks. And it's a bit forgiving. You add a little bit more water than you think and just keep playing with it, and it'll put out that yogurty consistency that we all know and love. Yeah, look at that. I think it's ready. Let me wet my head real quick and I'll get going on this. I had taken a shower, and then some friends stopped by, and I was giving them some soap and a brush, and we talked for a little while, so look at that. It's pretty good. Let's lube up my head. And as I said, I already did my face and my throat, so I'm just going to do my head and the back of my neck. I hear a lot of people talk about, when they're talking about neck shaving, and then as soon as they start talking, because I shave my head, the back of my neck, my cheeks, whatever I'm doing with my beard at the time, I could have a goatee, maybe, whatever, but then I shave my throat. And I always hear these guys talk about neck shaving, but once I start reading the comments and stuff, I realize they're not talking about their neck, they're talking about their throat. So I wish sometimes people would be a little bit more specific when it comes to what they're talking about. I'm not trying to be pedantic, I just like for people, when we're talking about this, we're dealing with blades and I just want to know what you're talking about. Please be clear, precise with what you're referring to. I sound like I'm being... Look at that flop, that gooey lather flop right over my ear. Yeah, this handle's very comfortable. If you're looking for a 26mm synthetic knot, give the Maggard Granite. I'm going to just call it the Granite, for lack of a better term. Maybe it'll stick, I don't know. The Maggard Granite is a good shape. You could choke up on it. You can use it a little bit longer and kind of flop if you want to. I like this handle. Brad, I like it. Well, I don't know who came up with it, but I like it. Okay. Let's get these sideburns. Oh, forgot to mention. This is one of my post-war techs, replated in rhodium, as you guys have seen, with a Maggard MR11 handle. Great pairing, stainless steel handle. It's got a nice shine to it. Any of their handles could be cleaned up, I think, and polished to match any kind of like nickel or rhodium or chrome head. But this one came with a nice shine to it. It looks like a paired head. And what else? Oh, there's a feather in here with one or two uses. Just a couple. This stuff, this Mason Boutique soap is outstanding. Of course, I'm working on my technique. No pressure, or as little as humanly possible, if I can help it. Okay, let's do this. Oh, I wouldn't even know that this was a feather. Of course, for head shaving, I prefer a milder razor and a sharp blade. So you'd think that a post-war tech and a feather would pretty much be an ideal combination in that respect. And it is. I don't know how many head shavers watch this. If you like my videos, I know I have some friends that don't head shave and they just watch. Other shave friends. And I appreciate that. But if you're a head shaver, comment, ask me questions. I've been shaving my head for many, many years. But I've only been wet shaving for about a year. But I figured I'd give it a try, and I really enjoyed myself so far. So if you have any comments or questions, or you just want to drop me a line and say, hey, I like the video, feel free. I always appreciate comments. Spread some of that around and clean up on top of my ear. My hair grows pretty low down there where my ear meets my head, so I gotta move my ear a little bit and get at it. Okay. And I always have a little extra lather right here just for that purpose. I don't have to re-lather up. I can just kind of use my finger and spread it on a little bit. Just clean up right there on top of my ear. Slight little buff gets it good. Pretty good. That's good enough. I'm not going for some kind of BBS, just get it. Get the back on that. Did I get it all? I'm not sure. Nope, there's a little bit left. I've been shaving my head for a long time, so I pretty well know the area. It's just a matter of getting it all. Okay. This is a touchy area right here. My hair grows funny and it's hard for me to get smooth right here at the base of my skull on the sides. So I give it a little bit of extra attention, a little bit of buffing. Just some light strokes to make sure I get that right. I want to be thorough since I can't see it. Did I get it all? Most of it. Might be some residual stuff. Some people comment that I don't use razors, the same razors, for very long, but guess what? I'm shaving my head. I have a lot of real estate to cover, and it doesn't always, it's not really conducive to blade life. So, I mean, I have to go with what works for me, and if the blades just don't last that long, and if they're pulling, I have to take that into account, right? Let's re-lather. Do one more pass. Then I'm going to use some alum on my head for the first time in a long time and see how that turns out. The first alum block I got from Joe over at Italian Barber. My first razor was a Razor Rock Mission. That was a long time ago, it feels like. I ended up piffing it to somebody. You know how that goes. But, still shaving. Oh, a little nick there. Okay. How did I do that? Okay. kind of go from the center out, just the way my hair grows. So I want it to be a little smooth on the back of my neck. So I go from the center out to the sides, towards my face. Right? Okay, now I'm just going to go up. South to north, and then I'll be done. Head shaving isn't great on camera, I gotta admit. It's hard for me to make sure you guys get a good idea of what's going on, but at least you get to see one side of my head get a lot of work done, right? Cold water rinse on the blade, the razor head. I'm not going for a BBS, I just want it to be comfortable. It's a weekend. I might shave my head again tomorrow before work on Monday. But this stuff is slick. Slick and comfortable. The head doesn't... Usually most people say their scalp is a little bit more forgiving than their face, but you have less margin for error on your scalp because the scalp, it might be a little bit more forgiving, but it's less, it's got less give. So it's forgiving as it can be, but you've got skin and stuff right on top of scalp. Right on top of skull. So there's less flexibility. It's pretty taut. So you still need to take care. Light strokes. Pretty much against the grain. Almost completely against the grain. My hair goes down like this at an angle like that, but this is good enough. Nice serviceable head shave. Okay. I'll be right back. I'm going to rinse off and we'll finish up the shave. Be right back. Okay, all rinsed off. I'm going to use this Alum block on my head, a little cold water, rub it on. Feels good so far. I think I saw somebody put a rubber band around their Alum block just to add with the grip. I think I might do that. I want to be thorough. Got a little bit of a tingle on the back of my neck, but I'm not surprised. The back of my neck is some sensitive skin. It's not all that tough. Okay. Alum all over the head. And you dab it with a washcloth. Oh. Little sting, but I don't have time to let it dry right now. I don't really like to let it dry. I just like to get it on, let it do its work for a few seconds, and then get it off. I'm not looking for any kind of irritation or burn. I just want the therapeutic effect. Okay. Feels good. How's that look? Pretty good. The aftershave I'm going to go with, I checked and it smells pretty good. Pretty good pairing. I don't put a lot of thought into my pairings, as you guys know, but I put a little bit. And the Maya, great soap. I think these are about $15 for 5 ounces. Very good deal. Very good value. So give them a try. Check out Mason Boutique Soaps, and then I'm going to throw on some Topaz Master Welcome. I like this stuff. So that's that. I used one of my Tech frankenrazors. Very happy with these. I love Gillette Techs. They're great for head shaving. Put a nice sharp blade in there. Again, here's my new Maggard Granite 26mm synthetic. My razor had a feather blade in it, and I used some Topaz aftershave and a little alum block after my Maya Mason Boutique soap. Check this out. Oh. Great. Great lather. Smells wonderful. I have yet to try a Mason Boutique soap that did not perform. The formula they got down pat. Very good. And then you just need to find a scent you like. So, until next time, talk to you guys later. I hope you have a good weekend, have good shaves, and everyone at Seattle Shave Convention, have fun. We'll like to hear all your stories and see what you brought home. So, have a good night. Talk to you guys later. Bye.